Welcome to Sunday Brunch, powered in part by Backyard on Bell and Classic of Denton. The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts and their guests are those of the show host and guests, and not necessarily those of the sponsors, DentonRadio.com, or the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau. For more information, visit the Policies and Procedures page at DentonRadio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Sunday Brunch today. My name is Kind Beats. Appreciate y'all tuning in on this wonderful Sunday. It's been super hot this weekend, but I still want to invite y'all down to Backyard on Bell for breakfast and beats. We got that going on from noon to 3 this Sunday. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today. Normally I just straight DJ a set. Y'all have seen me kind of like make beats on the fly before here. I make a beat just in an hour, see how far I can get. But today I've actually gone and chopped up some samples. So before I get into it, I want to show y'all where everything lies so you kind of have an idea of what you're watching and what's happening. So for instance, let's go to the drums. So right here, you have some drums, all right? And then right here, we have some more drums. Here we have drums. There we have kind of, we can speed that up. And right here, this is a knob that I use to control the tempo of the beat and the music, the samples that I'll be playing. And we can get a little house vibe going there. Something kind of different, something that y'all don't really hear from me that often. So then we'll stop that. And now there's no drums. This is my stop button right here. And then here's all these different samples. So that's grid 3. Here's grid 4. Fun one, right? Exactly. All right, and here's grid 5. So now to kind of give y'all like an example of how this works. So there's the drums right there. So we've got that going. So then you can skip over here. And then right there. See, I like that one. That's the good pattern.
It's a good one.
Okay, and so that's kind of like how I honestly make a lot of my music, is that I take old music or rare music. This is actually an artist called Yutaka. Yeah, I like a lot of stuff I find a lot of stuff from Japan, and this record is amazing. And then The Alchemist, another DJ and producer, he actually sampled this same beat. I didn't know that. Somebody actually mentioned it in the YouTube comments when I was sample surfing. They're like, anybody hear that Alchemist sample?
Is it a Freddie Gibbs song it's on?
I don't know.
If I recall correctly, I think it might be.
It could be.
It's either a Currency song or a Freddie Gibbs song.
Yeah, y'all let me know. But the track is called, the song that I'm sampling is called Evening Star. So, yeah, I'm just going to kind of get into this mix. Haven't done this whole thing that you all are going to see. I haven't actually done this before here. I do this at home and on Instagram all the time. But in Instagram, it's very small clips. But let's get into it. That's enough talking. Let's have some fun. Do you mind if I get a little more in the headphones?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So yeah, it's just kind of like how the production process starts. It's just kind of messing around, recording a huge amount of session. Because like right there, if I was going to have that breakdown, most of the time I'd have like it would smooth out a lot more, which is what makes live sampling so difficult when you really want to add a lot of technical stuff like into the track. You want to add more than just the sample and the beat. You want to have this, you want to have this. And so really to manage all of those sounds, if you wanted to do it all at the same time, would take an incredible amount of MIDI mapping, which would mean making all of these buttons a very specific control within the program that I use.
And then playing it like an absolute madman with your fingers dancing
exactly.
across.
Which you'll see producers like this kid Maddyon. I think he's still only like 22 or 23 years old. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time, a French producer, and he's amazing at it. He just for some people, they have the patience to sit down, and they enjoy the music making process and then the really technical side of it too. I enjoy both. I definitely enjoy the creative process more than like, okay, great, now I got to make this button do this.
Like
this
muscle memory.
This button does this, But maybe that's why I was never like got into skateboarding, was because it just took so much work. I just wanted to be able to do the kickflip. I didn't want to have to work for the kickflip. Just cruising on it was enough for me. Really, that's no comparison here whatsoever, but it made sense. So let's see here. Let's see where we where we go now with some stuff. All right, so I'm gonna keep going with some of these samples right here. So that's an example of when you try to use the 1 bar thing to get yourself back on time, and you're not on time, so then you go to halftime. So we're switching it over real quick. We're going to try something right here. It's never been done before. Actually, it's been done plenty of times. I'm just about to try it for the first time, so. Kind of like that triplet kick. Yeah. So the first beat we started out with kind of had a lot of swing to it in the hi-hats. This one's more like right on top of it, you know? Now we're going to switch things up more, though. Start to notice the hi-hats are going to switch changes on the sides of your head they're on. Start to shift around. Hit the wrong button. Ooh. swear I just heard someone singing about a Chinese chicken.
I heard something. I'm investigating now.
I don't have any sample about Chinese chicken on what I'm doing right now. That was hilarious. And it actually made sense. Some bare naked ladies all of a sudden in the middle of that track.
You got to incorporate that in the beat.
All right, let's do it. Sugar the chicken, the Chinese chicken. Sugar the
the Chinese chicken.
Sugar the chicken, the Chinese chicken. I got a your brains pop chicken.
A new beat is born.
That's exactly how it works. All right. So yeah, I mean that's a big example right there of how you can take one song and you can make 3 different ones out of it. And I kind of extended the process quite a bit right there, but I didn't extend it. I made the. Normally I would have gone like this. I would have gone, oh, okay, so. You know, I'll sit here and do 100 different versions of this. Until that one. And so that's the one that made the most musical sense. So you click that. So, because like, if you check it out, if you go, it doesn't really sound as good. I mean, like, if you go here.
No.
But if you start. So that one still sounds pretty good. But the one that I like to repeat more is this one. There's even a little human error in there, because I'm not hitting it perfectly on time every time, but it's pretty close.
But that's what keeps it from sounding programmed. I mean,
yeah. See how you're waiting for that clap, you know?
It's like a payoff, yeah.
Yeah. So then it comes in. Now what we're going to do is actually try something here. Because I've always wanted to do this in my live sets, but I never do. So let's see. So we'll keep working on that. But yeah, so now this is a full track.
So it just works right into it.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, it could have been better, but you know, it's all about putting together. the live production, basically.
Man.
So my idea is to continue with this. Some of y'all can see that. So each one of these buttons, as you saw, represented a portion of that track. And so I kind of figure I'll keep coming back to this session and just adding stuff.
Yeah.
Like when I'm making a beat and I find samples that I like, take those and drop them in here, so then I can continue to build on the live performance thing.
And you had plenty of buttons to throw on, right?
Oh yeah, tons. So let's just say like this is a grid of 40 pads, and I can scroll up and down as many as I want.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah. So it's not just this. Like I can scroll down
It's unlimited.
using this right here in the program, because essentially what Ableton looks like is what I'm seeing right here in front of me. It's just a bunch of grids and knobs, and each of these just happens to be a sample.
Trying to give the folks at home a camera view.
I don't know. Yeah. If they can, here, I'll turn it. Here. So that's what it looks like in there. So yeah.
For those of you at home that were curious, there it is.
Yep. That's what I'm always looking at.
As they would
right.
say in MTV Cribs, this is where the magic happens.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, it is. So this is my new song. It's called "Holding On to Sunshine." I didn't think I was very good at bass lines. I've been practicing them a lot, and I feel like they're getting better.
This is ridiculous.
I actually, in this track, I took my keys and just shook them in a microphone.
No.
So that, like, not, that,
I can hear it.
but the is actually me shaking a shaker. You hear that's the top of a mason jar that I'm
What?
hitting into a mic,
So we've got some live instrumentation here.
going like this.
Oh my god.
So yeah, doing that and then doing the shaker, and then I also took in another track I took the coffee beans in the coffee jar, poured some of them out, and then went like a and did that, because what happens is you get the shaker, but then the coffee beans hit the front of the can, and so you kind of get like a pop too. So it kind of can give you like a kind of feel like, and putting that right on a snare. So having the coffee beans like sliding in the glass right before hitting the snare. Dude, it's all about those textures. And like, have you ever heard, I think it's called like ASMR or something like that? Yeah, it's like sounds that comfort people and stuff. So like, there's things out there like the crumpling of paper, the rattling of keys.
Like a zipper or something.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's very strange. Like the things that, like when you listen to it right now, you can't really hear the keys. You can hear them every once in a while.
I can, now that you've pointed it out, those of you at home, turn your volume all the way up.
Yeah, but this track's gonna end. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And like I said, normally I don't do this, but I'm kind of giving you a little bit of insight into how I make the songs and then what the sounds sound like at the very end, honestly. Because like that song I just played, "Holding On to Sunshine," I mean, that all starts with just chopping up a song and doing this, and then grabbing the mouse and going, let's delete that, let's slice it right there, because it gets a little difficult to do right here.
Yeah.
So like, for instance, this is another song right here, and it's pretty quiet right now, but that's cool. I'm working on it. But let me give y'all an example of something here.
What did that sound?
This one.
Yes, that sound.
That's the lid of a cup of the lid of a mason jar with coffee grinds in it.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I just hit that into a microphone, and I was like, well, you notice how you can kind of hear the song in the background? Yeah, it's because I didn't turn down the monitors and put on headphones and just record it quietly. Just doing it on the fly. Yeah, so that's what. And then let me show you the coffee grind noise, the shaking the coffee beans back and forth. Where is that one?
Oh, there's keys.
So this is the coffee grind.
That's coffee? Oh, wow. That's ridiculous.
So yeah, like.
It sounds like it kind of pans as well.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's got an auto pan on it, so it pans,
Oh,
it
okay.
pans it back and forth for sure. Here, let's give them another view of Ableton. Y'all, like I said, I normally don't really like show y'all this at all at home, but so just kind of like take you guys through the instruments real quick about what's going on here. I'm gonna be using my controller right here and just kind of hitting solo to sample each sound. So you have that sound, which is that. I'm gonna embarrass myself right here, and I recorded my own voice,
Oh, let's hear it.
just going oh, in like a real crazy way.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then I put a ton of reverb on it and stuff just to add some more texture. Now, these are the drums. That real high clicky noise is the top of a mason jar with a drumstick. These are this is a vibraphone. Piano. And then the last thing is just bass. And then you have this.
Man.
And so yeah, it's really interesting to start off with like parts of songs, especially when you're making the music all by yourself. There's a lot of people who do, who make all their music. They don't work with a band or anything like that. I love playing with other people because it usually turns out better because it's not just myself thinking of stuff. There's other people who are way better at it than me. But that's just one instance of like what you can do and what you can do with it. And when you have like your equipment all set up, it's amazing what you can do with a microphone and an audio interface.
It's just insane that you would have never guessed that these sounds are what they are.
Yeah.
But they have that comforting quality that you're talking about. They feel right. They sound right.
It's weird, and there's not the shaker in this, but I've recorded myself, using the shaker and stuff, and it's really cool to take household items and just go bonk into a microphone and see what it sounds like.
Yeah, I remember seeing a friend sample him biting a chip, and it worked. That was the weirdest thing about
dude,
it.
I've done it too. I've sampled somebody biting a chip and somebody getting out of a chair really slow. There's a lot of things that you can do that I think there's something to be said about it in a way, because these noises are surprisingly familiar to us. You know what I mean? And I think that there's a certain comfort in sounds that we do here like all the time.
Even if you don't realize that's what they are.
You know
initially.
what I mean? I think
Wow.
I think that there's something to that. Even if you don't hear it all the time. And I think it's kind of like when you hear like the rain falling and things like that. Like, it's loud, man. Thunder is loud. It's scary, but there's something comforting. Like, why do we just want to crawl into bed? Why aren't we terrified that there's like literally electricity flying through the sky and atoms and molecules like splitting and like rain and water just slurshing down on us? But everybody's like, oh, I could use some Campbell's soup.
Let me go on the back patio and listen.
So like that's another thing that you sample too, is like the opening a bottle, because like what does that remind you of? What do you think of? You think of their happy thoughts. It's good things. You think of summer and and then it goes as far like, dude, I'll even take it as far as like things that we grew up, which Coca-Cola. Okay, we grew up seeing Coca-Cola commercials, and so we hear the and I guarantee you, if you play, I wonder how many people, if you played that sounds, would go, oh, it's a Coke.
Right.
Or it's a Chico. Like if we did a study, how many, but there's probably nobody out there, or it reminds people of a beer, but you can't, that's what I mean. It's like that is not applied to a negative experience in life.
That's insane.
So when we hear it, we like it, and like jingle bells are Christmas time, man. So like that coffee kind of sounds like a bell in there, and that,
it does, yeah.
And that right there sounds like clicking your tongue. We all clicked our tongue as kids. We all had a friend who did it. So like there's really weird things that you can do with music to make people enjoy your sounds. Not everything always has to be, like the funk stuff that I make. And that's why I started to dabble in this a bit more, because once I was able to get my studio all set up, I was able, oh man, I've got my, like, dude, I can sample. Here, let me show you something else. So now I can sample directly from vinyl. I've never been able to do it before.
Oh, that's crazy.
I've never been able to do that before. I'm stoked on it. But like I said, never been able to do it before. And I finally it clicked. I was like, wait, I can plug this here, plug this here. So here's how you got to sample for vinyl. You have an audio interface. all right, which is like a box here, and I've got 2 plugs on it, and it goes into the computer. I don't have the box right here. It's not here.
Gotcha.
It goes here. Then you have a soundboard, like what we have right over there, a huge soundboard that you plug everything into. So the record player goes into the soundboard, right? Then out from the back of the soundboard into the front of the audio interface. So from the back of the soundboard, you have a cable that runs into the front of your audio interface. The audio interface accepts the sounds from the record player, which is running into your soundboard. So the music from the record player goes into the soundboard, then goes out the back of the record play or out the back of the soundboard into the audio interface, and then gets translated into the computer.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I've been kind of messing around, like here, let me turn a bunch of this off, because I was just having fun with stuff. But so all of this is sampled directly from a vinyl record. And then it's pitch shifted. So all that fun stuff. Let's see, where's my drums? There we go. So here, let me turn it up. Let me turn up that BPM. It's real quiet right now, but so yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
But I guess my favorite is but
and that's where it gets into, you said, playing it 1,000 times and just seeing which one.
Yep.
Wow.
And so yeah, that's pretty much it, man. For the most part, that's how it's done. Now I do have one more track that I do want to just kind of play for the fun of it, because once again I've been kind of showing you guys how I make stuff, how I do things. Let's see. Let's go to. So I made some kind of, I guess it's like house music.
Oh.
I don't really make house music very often, but I decided I would make some different kind of stuff. So let's check it out. Okay, cool. So let's see here. So once again, I can turn everything off and just hit. So right there, you're just getting the bass. Hear that?
And some water sounds.
Yeah, that is that's the keys. That's my keys getting shook.
Gotcha.
And real quiet in there.
I thought it was like an iced tea being stirred. That's.
Why is it playing that? Oh well. Yeah, just something a little different. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. It's all these different pads, all the different stuff. Everything that I played today besides that one track is all stuff that I'm working on. And so I divide it all up into different sections, and I'll just play it and play it and play it, and I guarantee you it's nothing like what you'll hear now. The way it's going to turn out, it's probably not going to be in the same key. I don't know what's going to happen to it, but we'll see.
Man.
So, yeah, this was kind of just a look at the process and how it's done. And then especially, I don't know what, the first 15 minutes was just kind of showing the live performance aspect.
Right.
So what a lot of people will do so that they have all those extra pieces that they normally like to hear in songs, the ear candy, is they'll set up, they'll actually make the track, and then they'll make another version that doesn't have any of the stuff they want to play live.
Huh.
And so they'll have one row of tracks here that's the whole track minus the stuff that they're going to play live.
Okay.
And then all the samples will be right here.
Gotcha.
And, like, up and down. So that's how they organize it. Because if you wanted to build a track from scratch doing this, it takes about 7 minutes each.
Wow.
And that's having them covered. So you would have a total of 7, 8 tracks. It'd be more like a live band. Like a live band,
Right.
usually when they play live, if they play for an hour, they're going to play, you know, let's say each song is 3 minutes. They're going to have some time in between. You're probably looking around like 10 songs, you know?
Yeah.
So,
man.
Yeah, that's how that works right there.
So
But-
they'll partially play it live. They'll just play those elements live.
Yeah,
Okay.
you play, and I've done that before too. You know, or you bring a piano and play stuff live that way. All kinds of fun stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much, you know, we're back to this sample again. But then, you know, if we come here with it, we speed it up, and then we switch it over. But that's the summer vibe right there.
That right there.
I could just let that play and it would be fine.
I bet you walk around with 3-second snippets in your head all day.
Yeah, it's a problem for sure. It's definitely a bit of an issue where it's like it often, like, my brain decides like what's more important, and usually it decides that like the beat that's in my head, the creative thing, is the more important aspect, besides like getting groceries or something like that. Yeah, it can become a problem, man. But that's gonna be it for tonight, everybody. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. I didn't do a whole lot of DJing today, but I wanted to kind of show you how not only myself but other people who make this kind of music, how they do it, how they go about the process. Some people sample stuff like I do. Some people play the keys like I also do, and then they sample it out here to kind of get their own patterns going, things of that nature. So once again, y'all, I appreciate y'all tuning in as always. We've actually been on the air almost 3 years. I just got my 3-year notification on Facebook of the very first time I posted about starting at the Denton Welcome Center.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's been a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys supporting and tuning in all of these years, 3 years running of music, beats, and Sunday mornings with y'all, and Sunday afternoons, whatever you want to say. And we've just hit 2 years of Breakfast and Beats at Backyard on Bell earlier this month. So it's been a lot of fun, man. And once again, appreciate it to everybody who came out to Stella Palooza. I guess that was 2 weeks ago almost. So it was a whole lot of fun, and it was a big success, and we appreciate y'all. So I will see y'all next time right here or down at Breakfast and Beats here in just a little while. I'll see y'all then from noon to 3 at Backyard on Bell, and from 1 to 2 right here on DentonRadio.com. Peace.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. We want to thank our partners and sponsors who made this show possible. And now stick around for a word from all of us here at Discover Denton.